That sounds like fun. All right. You ready to knock this shit out?
Let's knock it out.
3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Server Restart In. It's a weekly World of Warcraft podcast with 3 opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim, joined by Kristen.
Hello.
And Brian.
Hello.
And this is our assigned 100th episode.
Yay.
We've had some holiday special ones and whatnot. So this isn't like the 100th thing we've put out, but it's the 100th episode, god damn it. And 100 episodes drama free because the world's burning down around us and we're not involved, and it's great.
Did I miss something? What's burning down?
Twitch. Twitch is imploding.
There's
Why?
a lot of drama. It's dumb. We'll explain it later.
Yeah,
Nobody needs to know about it. Nobody needs to know. We can't talk. No, it's
There's no reason to talk
stupid.
about it because it doesn't affect us. It's a bunch of people that get together and act like they're in fucking high school. And
Did they talk about their thoughts and opinions of something?
No, they just sound like idiots.
Yeah,
but
no.
it's dumb, but it's not us because we're adults
Yeah.
and we don't have drama like that, which is nice. Nope, we are currently 3 days away from the global launch of Wrath of the Lich King Classic,
Yay.
and I have seen a certain somebody on early in the morning when I wake up trying to level a tune to 70. I wonder who that is.
Yeah, I
Why didn't you
play
just
for
boost?
like 20 to 30 minutes before I gotta take my son to school. And I
Why
get to
didn't you
play.
just boost?
I have a boost. I'm leveling 2.
Oh.
I'm having a blast.
I've got 2 DKs running on 2 servers, and they're both like 64, 65.
You know, it's funny. I saw somebody in chat this morning that said something about I just dinged 70 on my death knight, but it's the 8th one, and I had to double take. Jesus Christ!
No, it wasn't me, and I don't know if has there been enough time to do 8 DKs. I guess if
If that's all you're doing, I guess.
if that means
Honestly, like you really don't.
you
You
can't.
can really level a whole level, like
So I don't.
it only takes like 20 to 30 quests at the most, really,
Oh,
to get leveled up.
if you get rested XP, it's even faster. You know.
Right.
And
So yeah, I mean, I don't.
no, I'm going to tell you why they can't. Because of the creation limitations. You have to have a character on that server. You get the free one on anything that's not a fresh start realm, right? You can't make one on a fresh start realm. So you get a free one on all the non-fresh start realms. Then you have to have a character at level 70 to make another Death Knight. So
They must have 8 servers that are.
well, 7. That means they
Yeah.
have the free one, and then 7 that have 7 level 70 characters on it.
I mean,
Which-
it's not outside the realm of possibility.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, but who's going to spend
right.
that much time across that many servers
Right.
leveling characters?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I could see doing it if you're trying to do one of every race and all that stuff, like I did in live, but
But they don't even have that ability of one of every race now, do
yeah,
they?
do. It's all the classic races. They don't add goblins and worgans until Cataclysm. So every race can be a Death Knight. Every race could be a Death Knight in when Lich King came out, because there was only like 8 races.
I don't remember because I made a Blood Elf Death Knight.
Because you can even have Goblin and Worgen when they came out. The only ones that weren't allowed, so I guess there's 6 races because Goblin and Worgens aren't out. Because the only ones that aren't available were not available to DKs. Nope, because could you have panda? Maybe it was pandas, and then all the allied races were the only ones that couldn't be Death Knights, and then they were brought into the fold for the start of Shadowlands.
I'm ready for everybody to be druids.
Yes.
So I can have a druid army.
Did you see the
gnome
the
druid.
Reddit post? It was.
I did see that. Yeah.
It was the gnome
That
shapes.
was adorable.
It was funny because like the flight form was Pepe, and the cat form or like the feral form was just like a fucking tabby. That was a pretty clever post.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I would definitely have to have a gnome druid.
Yeah.
I would have a
It would be
druid
hilarious
army.
if they just turned into like the biggest animals.
Druids, kind of like
In
how
WoW,
their mounts
like-
used to be the biggest because it was based on head size.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
So like when they shapeshifted, or no, they could turn them into like little bears, but like with a really big head.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, so that's coming out. I don't think I'll be 70 for the launch. I really don't care because I've done it before.
Yeah,
and
not me either. I think we're trying to get to like 68, and we're just gonna stop. And
Playing?
wait for release.
Oh.
right, but
I was going to stop at 68. I'm done.
I'm not.
It's max level for me.
I'm not worried about the launch of it because I wasn't really there for the launch of it to begin with. Because like we talked about before, I made a Death Knight.
Yeah.
And leveled a Death Knight. The Death Knight was my first level 80 character. The Death Knight, I'm pretty sure, was the first character I took to Northrend, which meant I had to do all that stuff. So I was a few days behind anyway.
Yeah.
And
I think we were still the first people in the guild to get max level.
could be.
We were.
I don't remember.
We were.
I mean, I definitely played a lot, but
Yep.
I know because
we were behind.
I
and we
remember,
were
I
still-
remember, dude. As soon as I could get to Wintergrasp, I was in Wintergrasp nonstop.
Ugh.
I love that place. That was so much fun.
Oh man.
yeah, it's not as fun now. Well, no, because it's one of the ones you can queue up for. I think, and
Oh, really? Is it?
I think they have.
I
or
hated-
it's in a rotation.
I hated flying over that and getting dismounted. Like, dude,
Yeah.
just let me fly over. Like,
Or trying
that
to
was really annoying.
like if you go into it now and like in the live servers and you're trying to open up the vault or whatever because you want to go do the fucking weekly dungeon or the raid that's in there.
Yeah.
It's like trying to do that is a pain in the ass. But I think that they had at some point they had it as maybe it's a time walking. I don't remember, but they had some things and
It's really honestly what they it was a neat idea tying the raids to people, you know, whoever won, right? But it wasn't a neat idea for after the expansion, right? What they
Yes.
should have done was have some sort of back door or something where people can anybody could get in, you know, from some
Anybody
other
can get in the
thing,
back
and
door.
then open
Yes.
that up. So
After-
that way, yes, after the expansion,
yes.
But it didn't have any unique. It didn't have.
It
unique...
did. The legs. You got your tier legs from there.
yeah,
No, you didn't.
yeah, you did,
Yeah.
yeah.
For which tier?
Whatever tier was,
I know that there were pants
got-
in there that
you-
were important and
yeah.
gloves.
Yeah, pants and gloves, I think.
I don't know if they were just ended up
I
being
thought it was.
transmog
I'm pretty
stuff.
sure it was only supplemental. I'm pretty
No.
sure it was not.
Or maybe it wasn't actually part of the tier set.
No, it was tier gear.
Yeah, but it was like it was almost like a bonus dungeon. No, there's no way. It was not. No, they didn't. There's no way. I don't remember that.
I
I don't know.
don't
It's
remember that.
I know that the pants from there were really good, and I'm pretty sure you got tier gloves from there as well. And I don't know if I'm just remembering it for appearances because you could get the. I think I'm thinking of the appearances because it was the same transmog when they added the thing in, so that was one of the places you could get it from to complete one of the sets. But I don't remember. But no, having it tied to gear like if it was like something required to complete a set or whatever, that's kind of like, or like if your best in slot came from there, that would really suck on an imbalanced server, you know?
It
I
did
do
really
remember
suck.
like the heirlooms first came from there, and that was really frustrating.
Really?
Especially trying to get the tokens.
For heirloom gear?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember
There was
that.
a few pieces that came from there,
I didn't think
and you could get it with the tokens or something like that.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
because it was like a double. It was a double, or yeah, an on swing like sword, like it would double swing or something like that.
I don't
that
remember
I remember using.
getting tier gear from that way. I thought it was just always something you bought. Or
No,
heirloom
heirloom
gear.
gear.
No, that's what I meant. I thought heirloom gear was just something
Oh
you always
yeah,
bought.
okay, I gotcha.
But no,
Yeah, no, I don't.
I do agree that after a certain point of time, after it's either irrelevant or after the next expansion comes out, that the door should just be open and you could fly in and remove the whoever. Because like especially if you like now want to go back and farm, it's not easy to farm because you have to have control of it, and I forget how often it does it, and then it's I don't know if I think it's hard to solo it to try and take it over and all that stuff, and it's just you could probably do it with a couple of people.
So it dropped the tier 7 chest, hands, and legs, Archivon the Stonewatcher, the tier 8 chest, hands, and legs from Emelon, tier 9 hands and legs from Coralon, and tier 10 hands and legs from Toravon.
Is that the only place
And they
you could
didn't
get
drop
them?
from the normal raids at all.
I think they may have dropped from the normal raids. I think this was an alternate.
That's what I'm saying. I think they were just a bonus chance to get stuff, though. I mean, a bonus, quote unquote, a bonus.
Another
right?
shot.
It wasn't like a rotation. Yeah.
Those the tier 10 were purchasable for they were the emblem. Remember, you had to
Right,
purchasable using justice points from class vendors. Gloves and leg items of this rank are also dropped by Toravon the Ice Watcher and the Vault of Archivon.
So at least tier 10 was a alternate chance to get it rather than just spending justice points on it. So
We gotta figure it out because
well,
I hate saying something and then not being accurate about it.
well, here's the thing. This is something that came out 14 fucking years ago, right? The game has changed.
But it was a good pattern though.
No,
Even then, the way I remember it is that everything dropped normally like in raids, but then you had a bonus chance to go in there, and it was like easy mode. You just got into the group, and it was literally guaranteed gear, guaranteed kill, right?
Right.
It wasn't complicated.
It would be interesting because it always sucked if you got in there and you had master loot people that would just give it to whoever they wanted to, kind of thing. So unless you were going in with like a group of people that you normally raided with, it was, you run the risk of, still being
Agreed.
not getting it. Yeah, but it is. I think having alternate ways to get tier gear is definitely not a bad thing. It's like having
Is that did it? It didn't drop tokens, did it?
No,
It is.
I don't think
they
they
did drop tokens at that point, but
it did no because it
It
dropped the
didn't.
pieces.
They were the emblems, and
Well, it had something to do with the tier gear, and they had equivalents for each set there for 7, 8, and 9, or 8, 9, and 10, or something, because there was 3 or 4 bosses in there. But it's an interesting concept, and as long as it's not gated behind something like PvP, like that, I don't think it's a bad thing to have. It would be nice to have.
yeah, it was shitty. I do remember some servers where it was like lopsided completely. Luckily, like it wasn't on mine, but
Well, it's like
I
that
know I
on.
played on 2 different servers then during Lich King.
It's like that on the Wrath Classic right now because you play on Mankirk and there's like no fucking horde, and you play on Pagel. No, other way. You play on Mankirk and it's just flooded with people. Even still, right now in Thrallmar, shit ton of fucking players.
It's awesome.
You log on to Peggle, ain't nobody there. I kind of like the more dead servers because I like to not have to fight for quest mobs
that's
and
fair.
stuff like that. But it's harder to find people to do group quests with, so it's kind of like a hit or miss.
I will say the points of the constrained points, right? Like Thrallmar, Quest Hub, stuff like that. I did have a few issues with, but it never was anything like I wasn't excessively waiting or fighting for anything. Hell, I did the Ring of Blood in the Grand yesterday, or day before yesterday, I don't remember. And there was like 3 groups doing it at one time, and like they were all working together, taking turns. It was incredible. I didn't realize it was people were like this on the server. I figured it was just mostly, people going back.
I went to go do the escort quest out of the Arakoa or whatever area where you free the Blood Elf in your Falcon's Watch, and there were 2 other people waiting there. They invited me to a group, and we did it all together. And it, it's like I've seen that a lot. You going up to go to an area to do something. They'll invite you to a group, do the quest, and then you go on your way. And it's like, okay, it's like it's been pretty good. I haven't really seen much, just.
But did you even see the flippers in the Hellfire Peninsula?
The flippers?
Now, I don't remember if that was
people,
something.
Okay, yeah, I actually did that on Peggle. I went because it's so alliance heavy. They never flip the PvP things. So I would go. I spent some time and I went to the 3 of them and I flipped them so they could get credit for taking control of it, and then went off and did my shit. Yeah, it's people, because I mean nobody cares about the fucking world PvP right now.
Well, I mean, like they would more so if it were balanced, obviously, but
right.
And I do remember originally, like we did go through, and because we were in a guild and we had a few level 70s come and help us while we were leveling, from the guild, sit and
watch you guys while you took the points. And stuff.
Like they helped us take care of stuff. So
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll tell you what, man, I can throw on some fucking, shows or whatever and just log into Wrath Classic and just fucking go, because it's just like, I know the quests. I know where I'm going. I'm not using Questies. So I don't have like markers and stuff on the map. I'm not, I'm just using normal tracker stuff and reading the quest. But I know where the fuck everything is because I've leveled so many fucking because before they added in the level scaling and before they added in chromie time, it was you started a new character, you went through the starting zone, and then you went to Outlands and you leveled through Outlands, and then you leveled through Lich King, and then you leveled through Cataclysm, and it's like that's just how you fucking did it. So I've done all that shit so many times, and it's just like you just remember where stuff is, and it's just like So it's like both things are just kind of on autopilot, and it's relaxing. The only thing I forgot. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, just to be clear from what we were talking about earlier, it was only PvP gear. Well,
it wasn't.
That doesn't make sense.
It was PvE as well.
No. That's not what I mean. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I got ahead of myself. Oof. Okay, so all the tier gear drops from raids and from the vault. The vault has a chance for chest, gloves, and legs.
Right. So you had multiple,
but they still drop in the raids as well. But like Naxxramas does not carry gloves. You have to do the Obsidian Sanctum for gloves. There's the trick.
Out at the same time?
Yeah,
I didn't think Obsidian Sanctum came out until... No, Obsidian Sanctum is not the same as the other, the Ruby one.
Ruby was later.
Ruby was...
Yeah.
It was the dumb one at the very end.
So Obsidian Sanctum, yes, was out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and that's kind of like
Because it was one with the 3 dragons or
Yes,
It's-
you could 3 dragon, 2 dragon, or just 1 dragon.
Oh yeah, 3 Sarth. You know,
Yeah.
3 Drake Sarth or whatever the hell they called it.
Yeah.
But it's the same scenario for the PvP gear. It also drops chest, gloves, and legs from there. And I think that was the caveat, was that you always had a chance of getting that instead.
Right.
Because you weren't going to get 2 pieces or multiple pieces. So you kind of had like a 1 in 6, really a really shit chance to get tier gear. Although, like, I don't know. I remember it being fun, so.
Well, yeah, because it was easy.
And you had 10 and 25 man raid. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, it as I say, like, so that tier style of loot, I'm pretty sure carried on, because I was looking on my lock, I was looking at some of the different sets in the appearance thing, and I was looking at one of them and I'm like, okay, well, where do I go? Which raid do I go to for this appearance set? And it's like, well, it's appearance. Maybe it's not necessarily tier, but it's like, oh, Terrace of the Endless Spring, Mogu Vaults, and the other one. And like, I'm like, okay, so I got to go to 3 different fucking raids to farm this fucking appearance? And it's just like, come on. You know, and it's like, but no, goddamn, what was the hell I was going to say? Oh, yes, the raid lockout stuff was a pain in the ass, because it still is, because they never updated it. It's, you either have 10 man or 25 man, and I think you can set it to heroic for Ice Crown. I don't think the other ones had heroic. I think Ulduar had a hard mode, but you initiated that in the raid.
They didn't do heroic until
ICC was when heroic came out, I believe.
Right, yeah, because you could do 10 heroic, then 25 and 25 heroic. 10 heroic was the same gear drop as 25 heroic.
Well, yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense, but I was pissed because the other day I was doing ICC runs to go get Invincible, and I went in, and it was 25-man normal. I'm like, shit, I killed a couple bosses before I realized it, and I went to go out and change it, and it's like, well, you can't go in because you're locked to a different instance. And I was like, oh, you fucking assholes. So I got on one of my 1,800 fucking different level 60 characters and just ran it a bunch of times. I got Invincible the other day, finally. Yeah. You know, it only took, I don't know, fucking forever. So, but that was nice. Now all I gotta do is get the fucking blue Proto Drake mount, and I think I'll be done for a while. But
is that the Scotty?
Yeah. Which has been
Lottie Dottie.
Yeah.
We like the Scotty.
Lottie Dottie, we love Scotty. And then there's another one too. There's another. Did you get Wrath Classic Beta? I look over and I just look on her screen and it just says, "Welcome to the beta," and it says Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
She did
like 2 days before it comes out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is like when did you get that email?
When did I get that email? A day ago.
Are you kidding me? It
Not
comes out
kidding.
on the 26th.
Not kidding.
That would be 4 days before.
Epically automated.
I mean, that is casting a wide net to it's completely a marketing thing. So they, people are in the beta, now they're going to play.
Yeah. No, I doubt it. I bet
Clearly they don't know me.
I didn't get it.
Clearly they don't know me.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they must be doing like the very end of beta testing, I guess, for end level stuff. There is something regarding this where they are making some loot changes and some dungeon changes in Wrath of the Lich King. So when Phase 2 comes out, when Ulduar is released, the loot that drops in the 10-man raids from Phase 1 will replace with loot that drops from 25-mans in Phase 1. So they're going to be 10-man from Phase 1. So Nax will, if you go a 10-man Nax, you'll get 25-man Nax level gear.
Oh. Interesting.
so you can boost your stuff up. I guess it's just so that people have a people that are coming in later have a gear path to get ready to get into Ulduar. Maybe, I don't know, but when Phase 2 comes out, all the 10-man loot from Phase 1 of Wrath Classic will be going to heroic dungeons. And they're going to have heroic plus dungeons.
When was all this announced? I totally missed this.
This was in an article, or this was an interview with Mr. GM, Scotty J, and Chris Zerhut. That I'm just looking at the article because I don't watch this stuff, but basically,
Well, I mean, that's awesome though. That's really cool.
They're going to have a way to increase the difficulty on heroic dungeons, which probably is basically just making them mythic. And then you'll be getting loot drops from the 10-man Phase 1 raids, which is probably the stuff from Vault of Archeron that we talked about, Naxxramas, and Obsidian Sanctum. So you'll be able to get those from dungeons. So they're probably going to keep pushing that up as it goes. I mean, I guess they're just trying all different kinds of fucking things. You know, it's like...
I like it.
I mean, why the fuck
I like
not?
it because I know, like, I'm probably not gonna raid, if at all, right? It's gonna be pugging, and I would like to run dungeons, but again, it's gonna be like trying to find a group and finding, maybe a reliable group if possible. So it'd be nice to have those pieces there, because I do want to kind of play, but I don't want to get burnout because I really don't want to try hard to like get pugs, meet people, all that crap. Like, that's what I enjoy about our guild, is I feel like I can hop back in
and just start
I'm not
playing.
totally lost again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's hard when you don't have a lot of time to devote to something, but you want to play it. Right? It's like, I like Wrath. This is probably the most I have played any of the classic games. Right? Is playing this pre-Wrath stuff by playing a Death Knight, right? That's probably more than I played when Classic came out, and definitely more than I played when BC came out.
Oh, you're gonna make me play a druid.
I'm not making you do anything.
You're gonna make me play.
You should. We could have little dungeons, maybe once a week or something. Just something on the side for fun.
Something on the side.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Yeah. I
don't
already
have time. This sucks. School sucks.
Yeah. But I mean, but again, we're super casual. So I mean, we could.
She's
Guess I
not.
could
She's
boost.
hardcore.
I am pretty hardcore, but I'm not gonna be. I can't be.
I guess, like, I'm not worried about being hardcore. That I'm having a damn good time playing my Death Knight, just running around.
Absolutely agreed.
Because I like Death Knights and I like playing the old school stuff. I like going through. I like the way the leveling feels. I don't know. But
I know we said it already, but it really, like, this is like the peak of like the old way the game.
What server? Is it the Man Creek one?
You can do Man Creek. You can do Pagel.
Well,
I got one. We got the guild on Pagel, but Brian is mostly playing on Man Creek. So whichever one, I'm leveling DKs on both. So I mean, is what it is.
I mean, my druid is level 1.
I have no characters over there.
Man Creek is probably the one.
Should I just boost?
Sure, you'll be the highest level character we know. Because I didn't use a boost on Man Creek.
Oh, both of mine are there. I have a level 70 and.
Okay, well then I lied. But anyway, I don't know. You're right. Wrath was the peak because it was probably like the part of the game where they perfected the old school stuff, right? It's like
they really did.
It's like classic, or vanilla and BC evolved into Wrath, and yes, Wrath probably had its problems. I mean, okay, yes, that's the exact way fucking expansions work. I get it. You can laugh at me. I see where they're laughing.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
You.
But it's like they really refined things, and everything felt really good at that point. And it's, from that point it was yes, you have a level 70 druid now. That's great. But from that point on, it's like Lich King, I don't know, it felt really good. It was a great story. They had really good raids.
Mhm.
They fucking had, right when ICC came out, they had those fucking new heroic dungeons that came out, like the fucking Halls of Reflection, I can't remember the other one, the Pit of Sauron, and the other one that was the Soul Forges, right? They had those new ones that came out. And I still need to go get the fucking Broken Hilt, because I'm pretty sure I still don't have that appearance. But, it's just like, that's when you could go get you could make the Frostmourne axe, right? Not Frostmourne, but Shadowmourne, right? And then you could be in a guild where they had a fucking guild leader whose husband was a fucking paladin, and they just funneled all the fucking shit to them so that they could get the legendary, not you, even though you...
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Was I projecting? Yeah, that was fucked up. But the fucking paladins got some stupid goddamn buff against undead, so they just always did way more fucking damage in ICC than anybody else could because they had those stupid fucking buff. But anyway, I digress. So, yep.
Mark of the Wild!
So that's coming out. So they updated the mount for the 500 mount meta achievement. It's still the like the otter one, but now it's the otherworldly Ottoc carrier, and so it actually looks like a soul shape. It's got that blue like soul shape, like almost see-through stuff. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Better than a hot dog.
Yep. Better than a hot dog. I know that the other day, Kristen got a brief chance to jump on the beta and take a look at some of the druid talents for Dragonflight. Pretty sure she wasn't super impressed, but there has been a change since then. So.
No, I mean...
Oh, she got it too?
No.
No.
Oh.
I jumped on Jim's to look at...
She made a druid to look at the talent changes and to see what because you can make a max level character, so she could play with the trees and kind of see.
So it was okay. The only thing I don't like... they fixed the big issue that I had, which was a couple of... talents were choices. The couple of talents that you use together were on the same choice
point.
thing.
Yeah.
So you would never be able to use them together, which made them both, in my opinion, dead talents. Because I was like, why would I choose this when, it's so much better with whatever. Anyway, they fixed that. The only thing I don't like is... And I didn't like it. Like Jim said, it was the same way in vanilla, and I didn't like it in vanilla. I don't like the having to spend an arbitrary amount of points before you can put points in. Like, let me pick the shit I want to, play. Don't make me spend 6 points or 5 points in wand mastery. You know what I mean? When... and that hasn't been a thing since
right.
Since
and
vanilla.
I think it's a little bit different because it's not forcing you to pick specific talents. It's still giving you a choice of where to spread them. And even if you were to go down one path, you would still have a lot of points left over because it doesn't take that many points to go kind of down one branch of the tree. So even if it was like a free point spend, you'd still probably end up branching out into some of the other talents. But like, since she's looked at that, there has been another like a revamp of it where they're moving stuff around, as far as, where their locations are. And, they've made some more changes. So we'll take another look at that because I believe there was a blue post saying that they're pretty much done with most of the build setup stuff and that they're going to be working more so on tuning now. I don't think like every class is finished, but as far as like, I don't know where the hell I saw it at. I saw something somewhere where it basically said that they were going to be moving on from, class build type stuff and then be focusing more on, like the tuning of it and stuff. Which, okay, we'll see. There is one change that it's on the PTR, and I really don't like it. They've added these markers to the unit frames, to the default unit frames, to indicate like rares and stuff like that. However, they've removed the silver dragon. You're laughing. I see you laughing, Brian, and so you knew this was coming. It is. I fucking hate that. I can't believe they took that away. I don't understand why. You're muted, Brian.
I said the gator strikes again.
I don't know if this is a gating thing.
I think he's evolved, to be honest with
you. He's the gator and the nullifier.
He is.
It's
he got fucking promoted, son of a
so
bitch.
So elite mobs still have the gold dragon, but rare mobs don't have the silver dragon anymore. So it's I don't understand it, and it's just like they
I mean, I don't know. It's not such a terrible thing, really. I don't guess, but like
you're so
to not.
Why?
I don't know. Like, I don't think it hurt anything because if they're still going to be named, right? Like,
sure, they're going to be named, and they're going to have like the map icon that shows up on the map will be like under the little portrait, so that'll be there.
See that I actually don't like.
Yeah, it's like
I never liked it showing up on the map at all.
Yeah, I mean that's
honestly.
Well,
I like the element of surprise more so.
The reason they put it on there was because they put them in there specifically to be farmed, and you had all these other fucking add-ons that would show you where they were and all that stuff.
Well, I remember like that was like a Mists or something when they added that in.
I don't remember, but
because I remember that you had to go find one of the guys that patrols a long road in Mist of Pandaria to get.
It's the warriors or the
Yep. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Zandalari. Were they Zandalari? The Zandalari guys that rode the trikes that you had to get. That's where you got the Direhorn mounts from.
Yep. That's it.
And there was one in.
Because there was a few of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one in each of the outside zones that had a different one and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so like in those cases, it was helpful, but at the same time, like remove that factor and have it more of a like, oh, I just come upon this and like boom, because that's the way classic is that way, and it does feel kind of nice,
Oh yeah, it's like, well, it used to be. It's like you had to go hunt down like these named raptors to get some of the raptor pets way back in the day. Like I don't know, one was called Jumper or something like that. That was like in the Lich King era, but I don't know. It's just like I don't understand. I don't understand why they would remove the border. It didn't hurt anything, and if they kept the gold one, it's just a palette change. You just change the color from gold to silver. You have the fucking asset.
They do it's some weird shit. They keep. I don't know. They're just. I don't know their whole thought process of making decisions and then executing that. Like, is there not someone there that's like, this is kind of dumb. This is a waste of time or something like.
Yeah, like
because the flip of a switch is still a process, right? Like,
yeah. Well,
the planning, the approval, the execution for the flip of a switch is still
somebody somewhere said, "Hey, let's remove that silver dragon. We just
Let's
don't
get
like
rid of
that.
that thing.
Yeah. And nobody went, yeah, but that's been around since the beginning of the game. Yeah, no, we don't need that anymore. This is the new WoW. And it's like,
Just
you
get
could have
it
said, it's
out
like,
of there.
you realize that people are going to lose their fucking mind, right? And I think people are. I think there's probably going to be maybe a mild uproar over it. I don't know if that add-on's going to end up changing its name because there's no more silver dragons. But I don't know. I thought that was... I mean, I get the new UI. I'm fine with that. But I mean, that's like Windows 11 removing the ability to move the taskbar to the fucking side of the screen. You know, it's like, why?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want that. Or allowing you to move it to a different screen that's not your main screen. You know, but
Take away their options.
You know,
make them
it's-
conform.
yeah, I fucking hate it. But I don't know. There's that new talent changes. I kind of looked at some of the Death Knight stuff. You know, it's like you can.
That new loading screen looks awesome.
Which loading screen? Oh, when you change the talents and
uh,
it flashes out.
No, the loading the login screen for Dragonflight.
Oh, I don't know if I have. I didn't think it wasn't showing up on the beta, but I haven't checked it in a while. I didn't.
PTR has it. It says.
Oh, there's a new update for the
Oh, no,
fucking beta.
It's pretty.
It's the dragons. Yeah, it's that city, right? Or like the bridge or whatever with the waterfalls or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever that is.
I don't know. I'm hoping that. I mean, obviously, we're not going to have pre-patch next week because it would have been announced already. Which I'm glad because I need next week to finish my fucking Veil Strider achievement because I screwed up the Ember Court stuff. So next week will get me like the last thing for the last achievement that I need. Get that fucking done. Then I don't give a shit. You know? Then they can fucking do it. But it's just... Oh, yep, nope. The beta's got the update on the login screen. Yeah, it looks nice. Yep, I don't know.
We're right there though, right? Like it's they're doing raid testing right now.
They are doing
or
raid
they're
testing.
getting ready to.
They're doing end level content, so I don't know if they're doing keys, but they gave you an item that you can continue to open that'll give you different weapons and like consumables. I'm assuming for raid.
Oh really?
Yeah. And you can use it as many times as you want, but Rune Forging is still broke on the Death Knights unless they just fixed with the update. I'll have to check that, which is fucking annoying because
They're getting rid of it.
I fucking hate you. Don't you
Death
dare.
Knights. They're getting rid of Death Knights.
Oh god. I'm going to have so many character slots available. They get rid
They're gonna make convert them to evokers. Is what they're gonna do.
I hate you. But yeah, no. Death Knights aren't
Dragon
going anywhere.
evokers. Oh, Jim's gonna have so many.
If they did something like that where they said, well, we're getting rid of this class and we're going to change it to something else, so all the ones that exist are going to be converted.
To 'em.
I have like 26 or something of them, like 25.
That's
I
incredible.
have too many of them, and they would all just either vanish in a puff of dust or fucking. God, speaking of fucking dust, I need to go buy some goddamn corpse dust for my fucking DKs so that I can cast raise dead, so I can have a fucking ghoul to fight because I keep forgetting that was a fucking thing that you needed goddamn components and reagents for spells and shit.
Or the talent. Well, I guess are you on
Blood.
Holy?
No, I'm doing blood.
Oh, yeah. The Unholy has the talent. I had to learn that. I never played like that.
Well, yeah, because
I played a Death Knight back in the day, but yeah, I didn't play. Unholy.
You either need a corpse to summon your pet, your permaghoul, or you need the corpse dust to do it because they die real easy.
Yeah.
Back then, they weren't, it And like now it's all just like, oh, just summon it like any other pet, or just cast it and it sticks around for a minute and all that stuff. You don't need reagents.
You know what
for a
they
spell.
don't have though that I noticed,
What?
and I don't know if it was ever talked about, but they don't have the. They don't have the. Unless I'm just missing it. Yeah, no. Remember, you could raise dead on your allies.
Yeah, raise ally. I think you learn that later.
No, not raise out. Well,
Yes.
but they turn into a zombie though.
Yes. It was.
Yeah, I don't.
Raise ally is not.
Is it in the game?
I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
remember, they took it out. They took it out like
That
pretty
was
quick.
later. No, it wasn't real quick.
I just know that like, or could you only play as a zombie? Wait, what? Yeah, you could play as a zombie, couldn't you? Because it was
Yeah.
just like the pre-patch stuff.
It was added in patch 3.4. So it was, you raise the corpse of a raid or party member to fight by your side. The player will have control over the ghoul for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it didn't share cooldown. It raised dead. So I don't know when patch 3.4 was, but
I thought they were
it
taking.
requires
like,
level
latest patch stuff,
72.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
So it's not technically in the game right now, but it probably will be. But yeah, that was fun. You could raise them as a ghoul, and they get 5 more minutes of doing some damage.
Yeah, but what was it? Like, because battle res was only
They
what
changed-
druids had battle res, and that was it.
Did Druids
at
have
the
battle
time?
res back in the day?
I have battle res.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't
Rebirth
remember.
or something like that.
Ooh,
wasn't it?
1,000 gold for dual talent spec.
Oh yeah, it's fucking shit.
Yes, I have rebirth. It requires a
Oh yeah,
reagent.
Rebirth.
Yes, it
Yeah.
requires a
Oh,
reagent.
yeah, you had
Yes.
acorn or something like that, right?
Yes. Yes, I forgot about that. I don't care. I'm running around in Tria life form,
Oh,
and my
so-
wild
dude,
growth is instant
I loved
cast.
healing on a druid back then.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I want you guys to log in right now, and I want to heal something, even though none of my shit is set up.
All right, I just found something that I never knew existed, and you need to try these, Brian. This is for if you have a ghoul as a pet. Apparently, if you slash glare at them, they will cower. And this is
Alright.
shit from 2008. If you do slash cower at them, they'll spread their arms and yell at you and try to scare you. Is it doing it?
That's cool. I never knew that.
I didn't either. And if you do
Yeah,
if you do
yeah.
slash soothe, he'll do the same thing and it'll stop him from cowering. So if you
It's
glare
funny
at
because they were.
But-
It was cowering at the same time as he was
yelling at you,
like shouting.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. I never knew that. That's cool.
Okay.
I didn't
Oh,
either.
man.
That's fucked up because like I know a lot about Death Knights and that's one of the things
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Honestly, I think that's what I'm mostly stoked about is I get to like.
Oh,
Which again, I think I said this before, but I missed a huge chunk of the expansion because I was overseas. So, I'm really excited to actually be able to experience hopefully a lot more of it.
yeah,
So,
or at least as close to it as you can get because they are making
Yeah,
some changes
yeah.
and stuff like that. But I don't know. I like
and I'm fine with that. Like I experienced I leveled up and I raided Nax right before I left in 25 man, and when I came back, it was towards the end of trial thing.
Trial of the Crusader.
Yeah, that patch. It was like right before the Dungeon Fire came out, I think. Like as soon as the Dungeon Fire came out, it was just everything was over. We were just just streaming freaking dungeons nonstop.
Oh,
I remember.
the end of that game was the end of that patch was so much fun because you could just get on a character and just spam dungeons and buy tier gear and just go in and and experiment with fucking different specs. Because I was trying all these different warlock specs at the time. Me and another guy were we would just we were both wearing warlocks and we would both just do like these crazy specs and just go into the dungeons and just start destroying shit. And every tank was so fucking pissed because we were just fucking pulling aggro like you wouldn't believe. And it was just like, we didn't care because we were just fucking nuking shit. And it was the best fucking time. But
It was awesome.
I like it. I'm looking forward to getting to play again and to actually be able to think about stuff because now I'm a veteran WoW player. I can go back and do things with a Death Knight in the scenario that in like the fresh, like introductory states that I couldn't do back then because I didn't have the experience. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now I just like the whole way I play is different. The whole way I think about the game is different. I know so much more, and it's just like it's going to be a completely different experience, but be the same experience. Kind of, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that, yeah, I'm ready to fucking do this because
I'm ready to do this.
I'm ready to fucking do this. I'm ready to goddamn get out there and just fucking start a new DK army.
I've never been so ready.
All right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and end it with that. Thanks everybody for listening. It's been a good time. You can check us out at facebook.com/server-restartin. You can shoot us a tweet at server_restart and tell us how glad you are there's no drama. And catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.